Alrighty, so we're going to be doing a tier list for patch 2520 or 1520, however you want to call it. Pure AD carries here. We're not going to be looking at any sort of mages or anything like that. I'm Charlie. It's obviously Pradith, Mark. Mark, shall we just get straight into it? Where do you want to start with? We've got God tier, I put here, up the top. Do you believe that any AD carries are God tier to start off with?
Right now, I don't think any AD carries are god tier.
Yeah.
So I probably wouldn't put anything in there. No.
Yeah,
Got you.
no, me too. I put that as a bait. I actually don't think there's any God tier AD carries, so we can just straight up fucking no. We'll leave it there to acknowledge that there is nobody in that tier. I
Maybe at
think
the end there will be a god tier AD carry. We'll
sure,
decide on. You know.
we'll see. Like maybe Jinx. I think maybe Jinx
Yeah,
because
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that was like.
I would put Jinx in high S to start this off. I think that she was already crazy strong, and with the recent changes to her range, I think she's just obscene. Like you can just you can just blind pick her, right? And you can pick her in most games,
Yeah,
completely fine.
I think Jinx struggles against maybe some mage lanes,
Mm.
but besides that, I think she's good against all in lanes. She's good against pretty much anything anyone's picking right now.
Mhm.
So it's pretty much the only character I'm like happy to blind pick most of the time.
Yep, exactly right. And since at the moment it seems like AD carry, I mean, it's been this way for a while, but even more so at the moment. Even in every single solo queue game, the AD carry is being forced to first pick, right? So that's why also Jinx is so powerful because you can blind her just constantly.
Yep, and there's also a character you don't need to squeeze everything out of early,
Mm.
compared to some other characters that are seen as pretty good, where you kind of have to be a little bit ahead or not too far behind. Where Jinx can just come back and carry any game.
Yep, 100%.
So for like Xayah, right? Should we do
Mm.
some sort of counter, whatever, like counter tap there?
Yeah, if you like, we can. I did remove it because I thought it was a bit of a cop out, but we can chuck one in there. We'll just
I mean,
call
maybe
it.
we shouldn't. Maybe we just shouldn't do that actually.
Okay, we'll try and just do it on hard mode. Just do it on hard mode
Yeah,
without
do it
that.
on. Yeah, okay. So I
So
mean, yeah, we'll just go Xayah next. So
okay.
I think Xayah in the right game is probably like top 3 AD carry in the game. But I think
Whoa.
the
Yeah.
the times that you will see Xayah be good in a game is maybe 20-30% of the time. And you're
Mm.
also first picking most games, or at least in top 2, where if you're just getting like Jace Victored, Oriana, like these champs that are seeing a lot of play right now,
Mm.
people pick those champs against you. You just can't really play the game, even if you're fed.
Yep. Also, a lot of mage supports in a lot of ranks. I mean, I should have said at the start. We're doing this around Emerald Plus. Basically, it's kind of hard to do it that broadly, but we're going to give it a go. But yeah, Xayah picked into stuff like into Kai'Sa, into Tristana, things like that. You have a really happy time, but when you're playing against a lot of the other AD carries, it feels like shit. And also just mages in general, mage supports, mage mids, like you said, range top laners. It's no fun. But I agree. Her DPS is crazy. It is very very strong when it's strong. So that's why it's so hard to
Yeah,
judge it. I would probably say a high B with what I would say, like as a all rounder. I don't
I
know.
was thinking the same thing. I mean,
Okay.
even like the assassins that I'm seeing come up a lot lately, even if she has
Mm.
her ult and she has kind of kite, I feel like she's not even that good against them. She's more good against like bruiser champs,
Yeah.
um, that are kind of falling out of play. I feel like so.
Mm.
I'm personally not happy picking Xayah in many games nowadays.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. I think we're probably gonna disagree on Caitlyn. I don't know. I know you're a Caitlyn enjoyer. I don't see Caitlyn winning games. Caitlyn's one of those champions where like on paper she can do well and it makes sense. Like she should win a lot of the time, and she does have obviously a shit ton of winning matchups, and she should be able to be functioning in every single game. But I just people don't win games on her. She struggles to close games out. She's like she has to kind of shove to make her play pattern work. And there's a lot of fucking ganking junglers in the game at the moment, like J4 and Wukong and shit like this that make Caitlyn's life really hard. So I don't know. I don't think she's
Yeah.
S tier. I would
So
struggle to even put her A. What do you think?
I was going to. I mean, I was coming in ready to argue every champ
Yeah.
with you and prove my
Yeah.
point, but I completely agree that Caitlyn has 2 issues right now, right?
Yeah.
One, you just see the play rate of so many champs right now, like Ashe, Jhin, Jinx, Lee Sin, Jarvan. These champs, they just get
Yeah.
on her. Literally any assassin as well. It just makes her life so hard.
Mm.
The way I see Caitlyn is she's pretty much a lane bully who it doesn't even matter if you get ahead. because a lot of the time you're just going to verse the Riven, the Jax, the Jarvan, and you're just not going to be able to play the game. You're not going to
Mm,
be able to 1v9 the game, right? But if you're playing Caitlyn, you have to get the other guy behind, or I think, as you said, you're not winning the game.
yeah.
And I think I've had that so many times where I'm just so far ahead on Caitlyn in lane, and I just can't win because I don't know. You just get dove so easily.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a psychological element of that as well. Just in solo queue, I feel like people just like run at you when you pick this champion. I don't know.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like Caitlyn just gets strong and then doesn't kill the Nexus. So I don't know, but I still think she's probably better than Zaya. So I would probably put her low A. I don't know what you think.
Let's put her like in. Let's put her behind Zaya. I think
Okay,
like in front. I guess like a little bit better than Zaya. I kind of
sure.
see him as like the same sort of thing. They're just like a victim of the
Mm,
meta right
mm,
now, and I guess items and snowballing junglers and all that fun stuff. Us AD carries
yeah.
love.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah, Caitlyn loves slower games where you can take 15 plates, but that just hasn't happened in years. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, even if you get the tower, and you just
Mm.
go mid, and then you just have to deal with so much just bullshit in the game right now. Like Kiana and all these just broken ass champs just
Yeah,
kind of
Caitlyn
becoming
wants like
meta.
tank junglers, like really boring junglers, which can just like
Yeah,
split the map bot, or even like stuff like Elise or it's like, on your team. I know, getting a bit out of the point. All right, Tristana. I don't know if you play Trist. I don't play Trist either. I think Trist is probably S tier though. I just think this champion is like built for solo queue. You can
yeah.
like survive so many shitty matchups, and then she's just got everything. She can kill her lane opponent, which is important, and she can scale. I don't know. She's just
I actually
perfect.
perma-banned this champ for a bit because
Oh really?
once she starts snowballing, it's just I don't.
Mm,
She's so broken because she can always force on you, and she scales so well.
yeah.
I think she's probably one of the champs as well that would be pretty happy blinding if I played her. I
Okay.
don't think she has too many bad matchups. Um, but sometimes the aggressive lanes and whatnot, she's not too good against. But
Mm.
yeah, I think this champion's pretty good. Definitely not as good as Jinx, but I think behind Jinx right now would make a bit of sense.
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the only problems she has is in slightly hard matchups. If you get like a losing support matchup and you pick Tristana, you might struggle to get to BF Sword sometimes.
Yeah,
But if you go Collector, I think she's actually fine with Collector as well. So you can kind of shore up a lot of our weaknesses doing that.
yeah, that's actually
Um,
a good point. I think it's a lot like support matchup reliant. I think for this champ.
yeah. If you're
Speaking
a
of
winning
that,
support matchup, you just jump on their heads, honestly.
yeah, exactly. And then if you win, you win the whole game. Yeah, I
Yep.
want to talk about Lucian. I
Mm,
think Lucian's in the best spot he's been in for years.
okay.
He relies less on those. I mean, I say those. There's three characters. There's three supports that are really good with him, but he relies on those. He used to rely on those three champs a lot more, and now I'm a bit happy just picking him in general. I'm not saying he's like the best AD carry to just blind pick, but
Mm,
if you really want to play Lucian, I don't really think it's grief anymore, and that to me is like that's a really good spot for Lucian to be in, and I hope he stays like this forever. I don't think he needs a buffer enough.
okay. Yeah, he's good at what he does, right? He's got a really strong one item spike. Can dominate lane with those champions. You mean Melio, Nami, Braum, or do you mean
Yeah,
not Braum, a third? Or you do mean Braum?
yeah, Milio, Nami, Brom, and he
Yep.
also has the two cheapest items for a two-item power spike.
Mm.
So
Essence
you're
Navari,
just
yep.
you're just really good at snowballing and hitting that two items and just taking over the game. So
So do you
I
think
would put
high
him in
A
A
or
tier.
low S? High A, okay.
No, not
Okay.
not S tier. I think like, if you're blinding Lucian, you're kind of you could be in for a rough one sometimes.
Yep, makes sense. Good when he's good.
Yeah.
Um, all right, I'll let you talk about Aphelios. I have no idea, honestly. You talk about Aphelios.
So Aphelios runs into the same issue as Caitlyn,
Mm.
where you're okay. First off, Caitlyn and Aphelios they just have global taunt. If you're playing these champs, you're going to get ganked.
Hmm.
Aphelios is so easy to kill. He's like I think he's the highest death average AD carry in the game, which like
Makes
makes a
sense.
lot of
Yep.
sense. I mean, he's one
Yep.
of the top at least a few patches ago. So the difference is that if you get out of laning phase, you get like three items, you can completely take over the game. But
Mm.
I'm really not happy picking this champion blind at all.
Yeah, I feel like you want like a Lulu or a Thresh, and then you can actually, or Emilio, and then you can maybe do the 3 item thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you get ahead, this champion's a fucking wrecking ball. Like, I feel like he probably, I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I feel like he doesn't have the same issues as closing out with a lead as Caitlyn does,
Oh
because
yeah.
you can just win numbers disadvantage fights, especially if you play around like the white gun properly, right? Because you're
Yeah.
kind of ungankable, where Caitlyn doesn't have that factor.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. He also gets like the blue and the green on ult, so even if you're outrange, you can still help your team.
mm.
And even the purple ult. I mean, yeah, if you're using purple gun mid game, it's a bit rough, but yeah, I think he has a way better time once he gets those items. But sometimes you just die too much in lane.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, do you think he's as good as these two? Do you think he's maybe even below?
I would put him. I don't know what
Between
you
them,
think.
maybe?
I would probably put him like a bit behind Lucian for now.
Oh,
Because
really?
as you
Okay.
said, like if like you can really carry games as
Yeah.
Aphelios, but sometimes it's just rough. And sometimes you're just gonna get dove and die in the mid game by so many champs that can do that.
Maybe we need to do some readjusting at the end. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Because I
Yeah,
agree he's better than Lucian. Sorry, he's worse than Lucian, but better than these. But him being A kind of feels weird. So we might have to do some readjustments. We'll see.
yeah,
Um, MF. I haven't played MF recently, but I spammed a shit ton of MF this year. I think she's just a bit kind of she doesn't fit the meta at the moment, I don't feel. Like
yeah,
every all the champions on this list, like scale indefinitely, you need to be able to 5v5 dragons at 3 items, and Mammoth just doesn't do that. She loves like really structured fights where they're all coming from one direction. She just blows into assassins and divers. She literally can't play against flanks
yeah,
because she only shoots in one direction, like quite literally. So I think she's just a bit outdated. She just doesn't fit the meta currently. Like she was good when like Varus was really strong and like even Ezreal, just like these stronger laners. But it matters less, I think, to just like win your lane and win short trades and stuff. It doesn't seem like it translates as well.
yeah,
So I don't know. I would probably put her behind these guys, honestly. I don't think she's C. I think she's still got incredible matchups, right? You can blind her technically. So I would still probably put her maybe even in front of Zaya, somewhere around here. What do you think?
yeah. I think
Yeah.
that she has a few things going for her. So she has her passive and I guess like her build, but I actually kind of think her build's pretty bad because you said she struggles with dive, but she also struggles against like tanks. Um,
Mm,
just like forever,
yeah,
like she
she's
has the
just good.
tanks.
She's good into bruises, and she's actually okay into mages because she runs BT and she can heal up versus the poke.
Yeah, yeah, but you don't want to be playing her against like Xin Zhao and Lee Sin, who's just gonna like jump around and just you know, yeah. So I think she's probably there, probably exactly where you put her.
Yeah.
As you said, a bit outdated, just
Mm.
kind of struggles to do a lot against a lot of team comps. Yeah, I agree.
All right. Smolder. I think Smolder's good. I think
You've
Smolder's
been playing
very good.
Smolder, right? A lot of Smolder.
Yeah. I spammed Smolder to make a Smolder guide. I was actually like, I was limit testing a lot of Smolder. I was playing like PTA
Mm.
Smolder and winning a lot of lanes because he has incredibly strong short trades against short range
Yep.
champions. He's kind of like got the Zaya syndrome where if you play Smolder and you're versing like Corki Alistar or something, you just auto win the game. But if you play
Yeah.
Smolder and you're versus like Caitlyn or even Jinx or like Sever, like it just feels like shit because you're just gonna get pushed in. It's hard to stack and get poked out. So very draft reliant champion, but I would say below GM, you're probably going to hit 225 literally every game. So
Yep.
you always have a chance of winning. I would actually,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'd probably say above Aphelios. I would say there, personally.
I think he, she. I don't know. I think Smolder is like really safe to blind, and as you said,
uh,
she just he. I'll say he.
we'll
He
go hey.
just
We'll go hey.
yeah. He's just so good at short trading, and he
Yeah.
has the jinx thing where even if you're just kind of even, you can just take over the game at 5 items if you're able to. If they throw one team fight. That's another
Mhm.
thing about. I don't know how you feel about the meta right now, but I feel
Mm.
like the objective bounties are so prevalent in the game. Like it matters so much that
Mm.
people's if they throw one fight, your gold lead goes from like 8K to 2K, and it's just the game's just even, and then Spolder's just going to take over that game like no one else, right?
Yeah, games are very swingy at the moment. I agree. Like, there's been a lot of games where I've had massive comebacks, and a lot of games where I've had massive throws. Like on that third or fourth
Yeah,
dragon, like it's
yeah,
those games. Smolder wins those games on either side.
yeah,
So I
100%
agree.
agreed. So
Yeah,
my question would be: do you think
yeah,
he is easy to
yeah.
blind, or do you think you want to see? the enemy team before you pick up him.
I want to see the enemy support for sure, I think. But that's so hard. I don't know. I care
Yeah,
less about the enemy ADK. I care a lot about the support. Like I think that playing Smolder, just from my experience recently, into mage supports, into enchanters, feels hellish. But if you play him into melee supports, it's just free stacks. So I think
yep.
like yeah, I kind of I don't like him as he's not as blindable as like these two above him for sure. Maybe more blindable than Lucian though, but I just don't think he. I don't know. Maybe he is better than Lucian. I don't know. Practically
I'd
speaking, he
probably
probably is better than Lucian. Eh? He probably
yeah,
is.
I'd probably
Maybe
put
even
him above
lower.
Lucian.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere between either next to Tristana. I don't think I like from my experience, and I don't want to base
Mm,
this too much on just my experience, but
mm.
from my experience, he's like just such a little shit. He's so broken, and once he pushes you in,
Mm.
you can't even trade. Like you can't even safely farm on the tower. He will just WQ you and then E away, and you can't trade back.
Yeah.
So like once he gets that like little lead, it's just so hard to verse him.
He,
I don't know about you.
he does require a lot of proactivity to play against, but like for example, if you pick any of the champions here against Smolder and you go even, if you ever get left alone in your 1v1, you can just take an extended fight because he fucking blows at extended fights. So like yeah,
Yeah,
Jinx, Triss, Lucian, Aphelios, literally all of these champions, maybe apart from MF, like Vayne, Yunara, Kai'Sa, Corki, all of these champions run him down when he's left alone. And AD carries get left alone so frequently at the moment. So
yeah,
that is his weakness.
that's
But if
true.
he's left, if he just pokes you down 2v2, then yeah, I agree. He can be very fucking annoying.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe let's go there. Let's go high
I
A.
go there
Fuck
for
it.
now. I go there. We'll revisit this. All right, I can talk about Yunara. I
Yep. What
think
do you reckon?
unless you want
She's
to.
the worst champion in the game, right? No, I'm kidding. What no, you go. What about Yunara?
I think I think she's actually in a pretty bad spot right now.
Mm,
I think one. I mean, I think the meta's okay for her, but so for example, for a champ like Jinx, you
mm,
can just pick Jinx, and if your support's playing a mage, like it kind of sucks, but it's not the worst. But if, for example, if they have a Jinx with a Lulu and you're playing Yunara plus a mage, then you're never able to contest that Jinx at any like point, especially once she gets one item and she outranges you, and you're not really able to duel her, especially if the support's around.
mm,
So I don't like picking this champ early, although I will, and I feel like she has some like pretty bad matchups like Twitch, Tristana, like anything that outranges her. Um,
mm.
yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like people now understand that she can just kill you 1v1, so they don't
Yeah,
give many opportunities anymore. Just even stuff like people are just better at sidestepping the empowered W. So before people just land empowered W and just kill you
yeah,
if you're left alone. Now that just happens less. She's obviously still very good at when she gets items, and she does have a better time against divers. I would say it's being self sufficient. Like if I was playing Jinx and I had like a Vel'Koz support, and I went to mid game against like Jarvan or Wukong or whatever, and then I had flipped that around and I'm a Yunara, I feel better as the Yunara in that
yeah,
situation. So, and I think her damage is still really, really good. And she has a more versatile build path as well. She can go Kraken, which Jinx kind of can, but feels like shit on Jinx. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think you're right though. I think her laning is just like worse, and I think she can find less 1v1s at the moment. But she's still
yeah.
solid. I don't think she's shit. I think she's solid. I don't
I
see her
think
very much anymore, to be honest.
I think the nerfs really hurt her because the playstyle was like, I'm going to trust my Q and I'm just gonna all in you level one.
Yeah.
And if you fight me, I will win. If you don't fight me, I'll get push. And then that kind
Mm,
of band-aided a lot of her issues. But you're not going to be able to do that against a Caitlyn that's spacing you, right? You're not going to be able to do that
yeah.
against um, champions like Jin, where if they're actually playing around you, as you said,
Mm.
then your champion's kind of ass. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I played a Corki versus Yunara game this morning, and I just like level one, we just sat there and hit each other, and I just did my E, hit a few turns like you, and Corki just wins now.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I feel
cool.
like
And Koi got
before,
nerfed as well.
yeah, exactly, and it just feels fine to play. So yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know, where do you want to play, sir?
I'd probably put him. So I'd probably put her
You're
next to
fucking
Lucian.
misgendering all the champions, mate. It's
Yeah,
fucking girl, Yunara. Come on.
this is that's my fault. That's my fault. I've probably put because I was looking at Lucian actually on the
Sure.
right of Lucian of
Okay.
him Lucian. Yeah,
Yeah.
her Yunara on the right. I don't know about what you think about that, but
Yeah, no, I think it makes sense. I'd rather have Yunara on my team than any of these champs, and I think, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
worse than
and like
Lucian. Even good Lucian's good.
I'm much happier blind picking Yunara than any of the champs below her. Like that's for sure.
Yep. Like you said, I mean, objective bounties, hitting 3 items, like she fits the meta more than those other champions as well.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. For Vayne, I don't know
I
what
think
you think
Vayne's
about
pretty
Vayne.
good. I like Vayne. I played a bit of Vayne recently. I mean,
Wow,
she's
really?
obviously good in some spots.
I want to see
Yeah, I
that.
think Vayne's fine. Vayne's good matchup into Smolder, good matchup
Yeah,
into Yunara. I think good matchup into Trist. Okay into Jinx out of lane. Like, I think I'd rather have Vayne than a Caitlyn on my team right now.
yep. And she also does really well into majors, which
Yeah.
like is coming up more. I think,
And bruises and divers, man. She can because you can make so many good like side lane plays on this champ as well. I think like you have that other avenue to win the game.
yeah. I mean, I agree. I think she's probably at least deserves A tier. Um,
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can do it.
Probably
Let's do it.
below
Like,
Phil. The
yep.
issue that you're gonna run in with Vayne is like, she has kind of one game plan in my eyes, is that she tries to live to level 6, and then she'll hold
Mm,
the wave on her side, and then if you walk up, she'll all in you, right?
correct. Yes.
Um,
She does it better than Yunara now. I think as well. It's more reliable. You
yeah, I
do way
think
more damage.
even like Kai'Sa, yeah, and Yunara, as you said, I feel like Vayne, if she's trading properly,
Mm,
especially if she's just getting like the pot shot tumble into auto to back off,
yes.
like she's really really good. So I'm happy to
Yeah, I
keep her
agree.
there.
Yeah, I think she's also just a little bit harder and a bit unintuitive. Like a lot of people don't do the short trading enough. I feel like if you actually have that
Yeah.
mentality and also running PTA in tough range matchups, you can actually win more lanes than otherwise. If you just do lethal tempo and you sit there and don't try and trade, then the champion's fucking low seats here.
Yeah,
But
you just get pushed
because
on the tower and just die.
yep,
Just
exactly right.
power gets
You have to
taken.
be proactive.
Yeah.
Um, Cogmore. Do you play any Cogmore? Do you know
I
anything about this
don't.
champion?
I actually saw him a few times, and I feel like he is just pretty fucking broken right now. But and actually I want to talk about, so Cogmore is like kind of like a good Varus in a way,
Okay.
because he's now really strong early.
Mm,
And you're able to flex builds. You're able to go AP Cogmore, and I'm
yeah.
not sure how popular this is, but AP Cogmore is like really good.
Mm,
It's like Brand almost and Karthus, where even if you get Dove and die, if you just get one rotation of spells off and then you're passive, you're still doing so much damage. So
mm.
I feel like this champ is like low key. Like, I'm not confident putting him in S tier because I legit haven't played him. I've just versed it, but I'm not like that confident putting him in S tier.
I think the champions are good at inting. It's a very good inting champion and winning. Like you can log this champion in, die 10 times, and comfortably kill the enemy nexus.
Yeah,
Like I feel like he's so support matchup dependent. No, like if you pair him with an enchanter, like yeah, he's probably S tier, like with Melio
yeah,
or Lulu for sure. But I think otherwise, I don't know. I feel like it's good on paper, but in practice for the average solo queue game in Emerald Plus, I just don't see this champion. I mean, he has good win rates though, so I don't know. And he has good matchups. Like he's technically a counter picker to Jinx, who's like the best on the patch. So and he
yeah.
shits on Kai'Sa, shits on
Just on low
Smolder.
range.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shits on a lot of things. But I
yeah,
feel like he's a victim. Is Kog'Maw. This is what I think about the champion. He's just a fucking
mhm.
victim. Like you lock it in, and if you're weak side or support roams or like the enemy jungle just puts a target on your back, you're going to int. You are going to win. The champ has no defensive capabilities. So maybe
Yeah.
if you go AP and you just ER every wave, then yeah, the champ could work. But I don't know. He's like if he was played by a robot, I think it'd be really good. But I don't know. We
I
might
think
disagree. I would put him high B, honestly. I can't put him in A tier personally. I don't know. You have to try and convince him, Mark.
I'd put him above Vilius, I think, below Yunara. Because one, you can flex your build, which is really important. Because I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I think in my last maybe 30 games, there have just been unplayable 80 carry games where if I'm playing any like 90% of the champs, I'm just not able to
Mm,
play the game. Where
okay.
AP Cogmore would be able to play the game, it's flex the build. Um, and I feel like he's kind of fine with aggressive lanes, although he definitely wants the support matchup. But because we don't
Yeah.
have a what's it called? Like a
Like a
counter,
drafting tier, yeah.
yeah, drafting tier or something. I'm pretty sure I would put him here because, okay, think about it like this, right? If
Mm.
now isn't a good time for Cogmore, then when is a good time for Cogmore?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I
Yeah,
guess Enchanter meta is usually good for Kog'Maw, but
yeah,
I guess
and then
in solo queue it kind of is Enchanter meta. I mean, especially on our server, there's just fucking enchants every game.
100%.
But
Yeah, you get like Sonar. Like, these
yeah.
champs are
Like
so
slow
prevalent right
lanes,
now.
a lot of Janna as well. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and you just
Okay, I
kind
mean,
of win those lanes.
if you factor in the AP variant, then yeah, sure, we can chuck him in A tier. I think that's fine. It makes sense.
Yeah.
He's a good
All right,
Nexus
nice.
destroyer. He's a good Nexus destroyer.
Yeah.
All right, Kai'Sa. My
Ooh, what do
favorite
you think about
champion in the
Kai'Sa?
game. Mm. I went through a period of blind picking Kai'Sa every game for like a week and playing her
Hmm.
with every single support pairing.
Yep.
Um, I don't think it's actually that important to get paired with melee as much as long as you have engage elsewhere in your comp. Like Kai'Sa Melio or Kai'Sa Lulu or even like some Kai'Sa Sona games where you can get to late game, like it actually feels fine. It's obviously kind of shitty, but I feel like this champion just wins solo queue games. I don't know. I just win with Kai'Sa way more than any other champion. I don't know if it's because of champ mastery or just because this champion has so many avenues to win. You can solo kill anyone. You spike early, which I think is nice, and you have late game, and you have so many build variants. I don't know. I would probably put this champion like here, something
Yeah.
like this. I think she loses to Kog'Maw, and I think the Yunara matchup is 50-50, to be honest with you. Maybe Kai'Sa even wins the Yunara matchup now. I actually don't mind this matchup as Kai'Sa. But yeah, I think she's just built for solo queue. She just loses to these four champs annoyingly sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think
She's
she goes there. I think she's good there.
she's real bad against Lucian. I think Kai'Sa in a super weird spot where she's just outlaned by so many people, so many champs, unless you're all inning and you're like able to pick good fights with your support.
Mm,
So I also think she's in a weird spot where I really struggle to carry games between let's just say 1 and like 4 items where
mm,
I'm confident I can 1v9 those games as Yunara Jinx, um, sometimes Lucian, not probably not Lucian, but Yunara Jinx. I feel like I can really 1v9 those games. I feel this. But with Kai'Sa, it's just like sometimes I'm 10-0 out of lane, my whole top side is losing, and I can't. I just don't have enough damage. I don't know. It's really
mm.
weird because I wouldn't think this from Kai'Sa, but just from my experience playing it, I get out of a Kai'Sa game, I'm like, wow, this is the most broken champ ever because you actually snowball the whole game. Or there's like one person like a Jax Xinjiao that just somehow is just so strong, and I feel like he's not enough damage to outcarry them sometimes.
She should be better at playing against those champs than Jinx, though. I guess Jinx can stand two screens away and put an E down, though. Um,
Yeah, and
yeah,
she
I
has
mean,
more damage as well.
yeah, I would say Kai'Sa thrives in like faster games, though. Like if there's
Yeah,
more early skirmishes, sometimes you have those weird games where you can just pick up kills with your W and skirmishes, or just like yeah, just move to play. I think that the more that happens early, the better it is for her. And I would say that's especially true against Jinx and Smolder. Like you need shit to happen early as Kai'Sa in those games.
yeah,
Um, and I don't think that the laning stuff like Kai'Sa versus Lucian or Kai'Sa versus Jinx even I don't think that really comes into play until quite a bit further up the ladder. Like literally like high master plus games. I think,
oh yeah,
but before that, I feel like Kai'Sa versus Lucian, you can probably just get away with it. Honestly, it's probably fine. Um, but after that, yeah, it's fucking painful. I don't know. I
yeah,
feel like because she can build Zonias, she has so many build variants, and like you can kind of adapt her to games. And I feel like once you do get all of your upgrades, she does. She's very easy to play as well. I don't know. I don't know how you feel, but I think she's just easy to play
I
into
agree.
dives and stuff.
Yeah,
So that's why
yeah.
I'd probably want her more than Cog and Yunara and the Philios. I think she's just fucking easier to perform on.
Sure, sure. I actually I think this is probably correct. Although now that I look at this list, I feel like Kog'Maw should probably be like behind Lucian. Because I feel like if you pick Kog'Maw, you're gonna see more success than Yunara. Like Yunara is kind of a worse Kog'Maw, with mobility and not inting. So,
Yeah, but
I mean
okay,
that's
okay,
nice at
okay. We
times.
can put him down. I'm not putting him in front of Kaiser. That's fucked. I'm not doing that. That's
Oh
ridiculous.
really?
That's
Mm,
ridiculous. Like, okay, technically, Cogwall should beat Kaiser. I know that it's like a hard winning matchup with Cogwall, but just
yeah, it
the
is.
Cogwall will just grief. The Cogwall will grief this matchup. I guarantee it. And you feed Kaiser kills, and Kaiser does snowball games. I don't know.
All right, guys. Charlie
Fuck. I don't
says you're
know.
allowed to
I
inters
don't know.
Kog'Maw, and it's fine because that's just a part of his games, like gameplay in his
All right.
game
Well,
style.
I'll put it there. I do
Yeah.
think you should enter Cogwall. Let's put it there, and we got to utilize the passive. We'll see what happens here. I'll just look at that for the next like half an hour, and we'll see what I feel.
Okay.
All
Do
right.
you want to talk about Corky?
Yeah, Corky's still busted, I think, honestly. I think Corky's so fucking strong. I didn't
Yeah.
play him for a while. I started playing him again like today and yesterday. Oh fuck, this champ's so good, especially with Collector on 3 when that build wasn't really a thing before. And now
Yep.
everyone's realized that it's just mathematically broken. I think he's either higher A or S. Honestly, I would probably put him S tier. That's probably my like hot take is that Corki is still S tier. I think this champ's fucking broken. He's super blind pickable. One big one rocket in the mid game, and you take like a third of someone's health. You have a good extended trade, good short trade, good at one item, as well as being good at every single point of the game. His power curve is
Yeah.
so linear. It's like you get Triforce, no, actually you get Phage and you win every matchup. You get Triforce, you win every matchup. You get Triforce Muramana, you win, and then you get Collector, and it just scales indefinitely. He's just the perfect AD carry. His only problem is short range, but that doesn't really matter that much because you just Valk on their heads. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
just
feel
think
like he's
he's so
actually. I
good.
actually feel like he's probably like top 3 blind pickable AD carries right now.
Yep,
Like
I think
maybe
so
even
too.
just number
Yeah.
1. I don't think he's like that sad against versing anything besides maybe poke if he hasn't got like people supporting him around him.
Mm-hmm.
I also think something that made him lot better was just the Sivir nerf because I think Sivir was
Mm-hmm.
pretty good into Corki.
Yep,
So now
agreed. Yeah.
that that happened, it kind of makes him a bit better. I and as he's just got good genetics. He just runs at you and you, as you said, he just hits you.
Yes,
And it's like, oh,
he does.
guess I don't know. Guess I lose push. Guess I just lose all my health. Yeah, I'm okay to put him in. I'd be more happy with A tier next to Smolder. Like
Okay.
I don't think I want him in like with those 2 champs.
Mm,
Oh, maybe I do. I don't know. It's like because you have to be good to verse Corki. If you're not good, you're gonna run him with his E up, and he's just gonna fish you, and you just can't do anything
yeah,
about it.
he's like combo. If you can play around his
Yeah,
cooldowns, if you can bait his E and then disengage gauge a trade and then punish
yeah,
that cooldown window, yeah, he can be punished. But that's hard to do. It's very.
yeah.
I would put it on the Corki to fuck that up a little bit.
Yeah, fucking put it. Yeah, fucking put S tier. Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
yeah. All right,
Um,
Nyla. I've versed this champ a few times. I don't know about you.
no, never. I don't know. I don't know what it does. I versed it once like a year ago and died like 10 times. So I haven't versed it since.
Exactly. I feel like the issue with Yunara is that no one fucking picks her, and then you verse her, and you're like, oh, do you go to like all in their support or her, and then she just makes him invincible, and you're like, oh shit, right? And then you get double killed, and then she snowballs.
Yeah,
Um, I feel like that just happens every game, and if you versed, it's the same thing as Vayne for me. When I verse Vayne, I always go up against a wall, and I'm like, oh wait, right, and then I
you got to remind yourself because
get
they're
banned.
so unpopular. You forget what they do.
Exactly. And I
Yeah.
always get baited by this champ. But I actually like aside from that, I actually don't think she's that good. But I think people are really high on this champ. Um but I think that as long as you're not getting snowballed on, she's like one of the weaker mid game AD carries and there's some drafts where she just can't play the game, you know.
Isn't she also just a cannon minion level 1? Like, if you understand her weakness level 1, I think you can just snowball that into a good first recall and then just null the lane, right? You just never give her
Yeah.
a shitty all in. I think you have to understand she dashes twice, right? So if you can respect both dashes and just never give her ulti, it's good. I feel like she's probably a good sleeper pick into Jinx, though, maybe. Because Jinx is pretty weak into that shit. Just getting fucking all in. Because you'll
All
hit
in
level
like
6
level
before
3.
Jinx will. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Level 3
Um,
levels. Like that's true. That's what she's good at. And you pair her with something like Sonar and Sonar's just getting more levels and
yeah.
it's broken. But I think for like the average platinum plus emerald plus player, I don't think it's
Yeah.
that good. I'd probably put it like
Yeah. Like,
high B
there.
tier.
High, but you think more than Zyra and MF? I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe a
Actually,
surprise
I feel
factor,
like
like
yeah. Actually, I feel like maybe there, yeah,
somewhere.
next
Yeah.
to MF and Zaya. It's
Yep.
like, yeah, I think I'd rather have MF just because it's like just more consistent.
I guess if you think about it, if you're versing a heavy melee team and you're good at both Nyla and Zyra, which one would you want to play though? Do you want to play the Nyla or the
Um,
Zyra?
hmm, it's a good question. Probably
Because they kind of do
Zaya.
the same thing, right? Yeah, I think she goes. I think Nyla goes here. I think
Yeah,
Zyra's just
sure.
more consistent.
Damn, that's a hot take. I think people are gonna be mad at that.
Oh,
Actually, no one's gonna be
people.
mad. No one plays Nyla.
No, people just open OPGG or whatever, League of Grass. They look at the win rate and they say, "Oh, that champion's OP," but they've never fucking seen it in their life. They don't play it. They just have weird
Yeah.
opinions about it. So, I think practically this champion, like you said, it only wins because of surprise factor.
Yep.
Um, Siva. Have you played Siva since FNF?
I actually have. I've actually played a lot before and after. I
Yep. What do
think
you think?
that it actually the nerfs were pretty big because it kind of just takes away your kill thresholds. I mean, not really kill thresholds, but like against if you're winning lane as Siva and
Mm,
you just hit one Q before the lane was over,
mm.
and now it seems like a little bit less like that. the Q just does a little bit less damage, and so you're not able to kind of be as oppressive as you were earlier. So I actually think the nerfs were pretty rough for her. What
Yeah.
do you think?
Um, I think the nerfs killed her popularity for some reason. Well, maybe not for some reason. Maybe truthfully, I think she fits the meta. I think she's very good in the meta. Like she suits this like 5v5 3 item like support your bruises like a play style. I think her
Yeah,
spell shield's pretty solid in most games. You get a lot of value. Um, I think like she probably loses a lot of matchups she would otherwise win now though. Like
yeah, I agree.
she used to fucking like be very comfortably picked into all three of these S tier champions. Now I guess less so. Um,
Yep,
just because of weaker trading.
yep,
Same with Smolder. She sucks into Smolder. It's like unplayable. Kaiser, I don't know. I still think she's like an A tier champion. I just
I agree.
we're filling A tier a lot, but I think I would probably put her here, maybe.
I think I th- I think that might be too mean. I think she's like still really good.
Right.
Um, she's like still like really easy to pick, and yeah, I don't know. I'd probably put her above Cog personally,
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty close. Happy with that.
because as you said, like just her mid game utility with
Mm.
just ulting is just always going to be really good. So
Yep.
and when I said earlier that like she's a lot worse, it's because before she was just the best AD carry in the game, pretty much, where you're just
Correct.
picking
Yes.
her 1-2 every game and you're happy versing everything. I think now with less snowballing and like lane bullying capabilities and shit, I think she's just a bit worse.
I agree. I've only played it once since the nerf, but it felt relatively similar. And I think a lot of people weren't
Yeah,
like getting enough value out of the queue anyway. So I don't think it's like that big of a game changer. I also just think a
yeah,
lot of AD carries are pretty good. Like these all these champions are good. They're good champs. They'll win you games.
yeah,
They're good
100%.
champs.
I agree.
Um, Twitch. So I have actually played a lot of Twitch recently. A little, not a
Wow.
lot. Some Twitch. Because we're
Yeah,
making a Twitch guide as well, and I think obviously he hard counters Jinx, which is nice to have in your as a pocket pick in the current meta. It's still an unplayable as fuck matchup as Jinx. Also hard counters Sivir. Um, also very good into Smolder as well. So very good niche champion. He's like a counter meta champion at the moment, and he has good like scaling and grouping up and stuff. But he has a very unique playstyle, right? He needs to flank. He likes versing like squishies. He sucks into assassins more than probably every other AD carry on the list so far. Um, I don't know. He's super cheesy.
yeah,
He's
nice.
technically he counters a lot of champs. That wasn't intentional, but he counters a lot of champs. I don't know. I think it belongs somewhere over here, maybe. Well, maybe not. I
my
don't know.
yeah, my
Maybe
opinion
B.
on Twitch is that okay, so he's so annoying to play because you've just like you're playing a mini game, always playing a
Mm,
mini game. Am I on the mid wave or am I roaming? Can the enemy
correct.
AD carry come up? Is the enemy AD carry now baiting you to go onto her and she has a team behind you?
Mhm.
It's just always just like these little mini games. It's so frustrating to play against. I hate playing against this champ. Um, and actually, I was in a boot camp with a Twitch main, and he said that the AP build is just better. Which like
Okay.
don't I don't know
I mean,
about that,
all
but
I've
he's like
versed in
a
solo queue
main,
is the
so
AP build. Yeah, I mean
yeah,
everyone
yeah,
picks
that's
it.
true.
Like ignite Twitch with D ring start, W start. It is pretty good at neutralizing lanes. To
It's
be
really good
honest.
in lane, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, just getting through lane. Like if you're playing every game as Twitch and you're getting through lane even somehow, which shouldn't be happening, but if you are, then it's like S tier champ almost. But then also a big thing I don't like about Twitch is that sometimes you're just versing, Vi Jacks, these champs that can easily point and click, get onto you, stun you, immune your damage,
Mm.
and your champion just gets countered so hard against those champs. Like it's just like Alistar, Nautilus, these champions that can get on you and not get one shot by you. Um, yeah, as long as they're playing around you, I feel like this champ kind of sucks.
Yeah, I think he's good at getting kills, and he's hard to kill the Nexus with. A lot of the time, I
Yeah,
think he'll often cheese some kills. Like just like you said, stealthing on waves and stuff. And even in the early game with PTA, you can actually get a lot done a lot of the
yeah,
time. And obviously, level 6 all in is mentally good. Like and roams mid. There's a lot of things you can do. I think he's better in solo queue than all these other champions in B though. So I would put him at the top of B personally.
I agree. I actually completely agree with that. I think
Okay.
Yeah, he does have the playstyles also. Just like if you're not careful and you get stealthed up on him, level 1, level 3, then
Mm,
you will just get that's the way he can win games. He's just, yeah, as you said, he's just cheesy champ. So
yeah.
I'm happy with putting him here.
Um. All right, Senna. This champion again. I don't know how to kill the Nexus on this thing. I don't know. On paper, this champ's nice and it's got some utility or whatever, but I don't see this champ win games in either support or AD carry position. I don't know. What do you think?
I think as an 80 carry, she's just a passenger. She's
Yeah.
just, if you're auto-filled or if you're just like tired and you're playing League because you have nothing else to do, but pick Senna. She's a lot of fun. She's actually, I mean, I've got like 10 games and I think she's the funnest champ in the game. Like, no doubt.
Really?
She's so fun to play. And like, I'm
Okay.
so addicted to getting the souls, but I think she's just a passenger.
No,
And
no,
like,
you're just reliving the glory days of winning versus C9. That's exactly what this is.
oh, I didn't
You're
carry that
literally
game. Oh, I thought I carried that game. I guess we remember it differently.
it's a draft. There's a draft gap. It's a draft
Yeah,
gap.
it was a Charlie diff. But yeah, I
Um.
mean, I don't
So
I don't
fun.
I
We're
don't
putting a
like that.
fun tier. Is that what we're doing? We're putting her in fun tier. We're putting
Yeah,
a fun
fun
tier.
tier's I think C tier actually.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy with C tier. Yeah, fuck that.
Speaking of C
Um.
tier,
All right, Ezreal best champion. No, I think Ezreal is just like this champ blows. I think. I think
what's funny?
Ezreal.
I
Yeah.
told you this like maybe 4 months ago, maybe 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Nothing changed.
Yeah.
Now
Nothing at all.
suddenly,
Yeah.
Kratos was right all along. What do we learn?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
the
did we learn? We
champion.
learned we learned nothing. I'll keep making that mistake. But yeah, I think Ezreal blows. The champ is
It's like this.
probably low B or high. We had to put it. We had to fill up the C tier. I reckon Ezreal has to go in C tier, doesn't he?
Yeah, I want to talk about
Mm,
Ezreal for one
mm,
moment. So we have champions like Kai'Sa, who
mm,
used to be like massive lane bullies, just have to kill people in lane. And now somehow we've switched to like Kai'Sa being pretty weak in lane, and then Ezreal just being like, if you don't snowball lane, you are just shit.
mm.
And that's just the way of life. And you have to be really good at Ezreal to be able to make him work in the mid to late game. I'm not saying that everyone sucks. I'm not saying like the champion sucks for everyone, but I promise you, for 99.9% of players, this champion is going to not give you good results, which
Yep,
is a shame.
I agree because I think he's a lot of fun as well. It's interesting how the C tier champions are fun. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
but yeah,
That's
there's
weird.
like a handful of players on the server that can actually make this champion work. Like
Yep.
it's that rare. It's really really fucking difficult.
Yep.
Um,
I agree.
yeah, you have to land a lot of Qs in lane, and even if you do, it's still like you have to know how to W into E in lane, play off your passive stacks. It's fucking like complex. There's some complex shit to play in this champion.
Yeah. And also, if you're just playing, with the bard and the bard's roaming, it's a lot worse than it used to be. You used to be happy with that, but
Yes,
now
that's
you want to
true.
play with the karma and you want to be taking their tower. I mean, same as Caitlyn, but just like for different reasons.
He's actually just
He's
a worse mage. I feel like mages now
Yeah,
fill the role that Ezreal used to play.
that's a good point actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. What's
Speaking
up?
of complex, shitty champions, I think this champion fucking all sucks. Also, I don't know. This champion also just can't win games. I think she's like a
I
cat.
wa-
It's got like the Caitlyn factor.
I really want this champion to be good, but
You like Calista?
yeah. So yeah, but you just lose like one fight or you get ganked, and then suddenly the game's really hard. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that all those games are unwinnable because sometimes you can make good picks and come back, but you're just not really happy doing that as being behind as Calista for 1 second. I don't think she's actually as bad as like you might think. I think she's actually better than Ezreal.
Okay.
Um,
Do you
but
think
I
she's
think
low B or do you think she's still a C tier champ?
nah. I mean, we can't put Calista in the same tier as like Nyla
Yeah.
and MF. I think it might be illegal.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah, I'm
No, I
depressed
think she's
talking
low B.
about her. I'm gonna move
I
on.
mean, no one. She's so unpopular as well. No one even gives a fuck about your opinion on the champion, honestly, because no one,
Yeah, exactly.
no one
Yeah,
thinks it's people. There's like, yeah, high level players like playing her because you can execute her, but most people, she's
she's so
weak and
fun.
they can't execute her. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's also support reliant. One more thing,
Mm.
and also matchup reliant a bit. I'm surprised her win rate isn't 0, but I'm pretty sure the one tricks player. So,
Wait, no, is it? No, people duo on her as well. I'm pretty sure.
oh,
I think
all
that's
right,
that's what a lot of people do.
that sounds so
Um,
fun.
yeah, it's fucking dopamine.
What's your opinion on
Um,
Ash?
uh, I ban Ash at the moment. I perma ban her. So
Really?
yeah, I do. I think Ash is quite good into Jinx and good into Kai'Sa, who are my two, and good into Corki, and these are my champs that I play. So I think it's a
Yeah,
decent ban. She's so easy. She's like Senna, but she wins games. I don't know. I can't comment too much because I ban her every game. But from what I know and what I see, she's on paper very strong, like high A tier, I think. But she also struggles into assassins and shit. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think if you put Caitlyn, she's just Caitlyn, but I mean, is she just Caitlyn actually? So okay, I say Caitlyn has the issue of when you're in the mid game and any shit happen, like any just dumb shit happens, you're playing
Mm.
Caitlyn, then you lose the game. Whereas with Ash, it's a bit better because you can help with ult, you can
Yeah.
give vision, you can join fights late. But Caitlyn, she wants to be set up around her traps, which is not going to happen in even in my competitive games. So
Mm.
I don't think she is as good as you're saying. Like I wouldn't like picking her in a lot of games. What do you think?
Um, I think she's just very strong in lane, and she also like she doesn't give a fuck about matchups, so she's very blindable.
Yeah,
Like I'm
that's
if I'm
true.
looking at the list, I think she belongs there. Is what I think. I think on paper she's better than these champs below her, but she's not as good as these champs above. She's just a workhorse. I don't know. Her ulti is really underrated as well. Like very, very good at just like winning games like solo. If you're the kind of player that pings a lot, you can just do the El Clasico, get mid prio, move to a side, and make a play. I think Ash is good at
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You can take control of a game on Ash, and she wins lane. But she isn't a mobile carry who fucking just stands there and gets Wukong ulted. So I
yeah.
don't know. She could even
Um,
go. She could even go there. I could see as well, just because of her like position in the meta. But
I think
somewhere around this area.
so. When we look at champs like MF and Caitlyn, these
Yeah.
champs that need to be a bit stronger in lane, need to snowball. I think she's probably
Mm.
like the queen of that pile, but
Mm.
that pile is like kind of king of the trash at this point because they just really struggle to play. So she's kind of queen of the trash, which isn't great, but I think it would probably be a disservice to put it below Aphelios. I think
Yeah.
probably above Aphelios because I think it
Yep.
would just be a bit better. But
I
then
think so.
you're going to run into a lot more issues team fighting as her than Yunara, 100%, a million trillion percent. So
Yeah, you win
I'm
games
happy
in
with
different
that.
ways. We're picking people and we're snowballing a little bit, but you can also front to back. She does a lot of DPS, but
Yeah,
you don't
she
see many
does.
front to backs these days. You know,
Yeah,
doesn't really happen a whole lot.
yeah, agreed.
Okay. All right, Varus kind of synonymous with Ash, but I fucking despise this champ. I'm just so biased. I've played 40 or so Varus games this year, and I have a 30% win rate or something. So
You poor man.
I just think this
I
champ works
could
like
not do
Kalista.
that.
I just fucking put this in C. Honestly, I just can't stand this champion.
I actually think,
Just doesn't work in solo queue. I don't know why. It doesn't work for
yeah.
me, so it shouldn't work for you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, so the issue with Varus, you have to go lethality. You have to go
mm,
lethality Varus. No, sorry. Fuck. Restart. The issue with Varus is that you can't go lethality because it sucks
okay.
now. Um,
Yeah, I got nerfed to the
and if
ground. Sure.
and if you're playing lethality Varus, then you're pretty much a passenger, or you're trying to neutralize lane, right? So you
Mm.
can neutralize. You can like if you're just Caitlyn, sure, play lethality Varus, neutralize it. You're probably gonna be a bit more useful than her later on, right? That's a good time to pick Varus. But besides that, if you're locking in Varus every game to play attack speed, I feel like you are just like you're pretty much just as vulnerable as probably the most vulnerable champ in the game. Actually, I want to say,
Yeah, you might be the most. That is true.
yeah,
Um, just pick Cogmore if you're going to play attack speed Varus. Just win more games.
100%. Yep, and then you
Um,
can flex into my infamous AP Cogmore.
there you go, and then you have just a better version of Varus at that point. The
Exactly.
weird thing about the builds with Varus is that the nerfs were meant to push him into the on hit build,
Yep.
but I still think that lethality is more practical, like you said. I
Yeah.
think just after spamming both, on hit just feels like an absolute sack of shit. You'll have the odd game where you feel like you're an S tier champion on hit Varus, but it's just like it's a sample size thing. If you play enough games, like you just got so many where you're just useless. You come out of lane ahead because obviously if a champ wins lane, it still wins lane, but it
Yep.
just doesn't matter. It just really does not
Yep.
matter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Because
you can go low B. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit harsh to
I
put him near these guns,
I
but
think that like once so you're gonna get a few types of games, right? A lot of the
mm,
time as Varus, you're gonna get ahead, and then as you said, you're just going to die. And once you die once and use your flash, you're going to die another 6 times before your flash is back up, which is
mm,
obviously a big issue. Um, And the games that you snowball really hard and your whole team's winning, you're probably going to win those games anyways. But those games are the games
Yes,
that feel the best for Varus
they do. Yeah, they
because
do.
you're not like the game's not close. You're just picking people off with your ult and just one shotting everyone, just lawnmowing everyone down. But those games are often won anyways. And whenever you have any resistance from like a Fed jungler, Fed top laner, Fed mid laner, because I think like so many things will just counter attack speed Varus at the moment. I think that
Mm.
yeah, he just sucks.
Yep. Yeah, he needs to go somewhere around here, maybe even high C.
Yeah, down to put him there. I'm down. I think he's Kalista, easier Kalista.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I like that.
What do you think of Jin?
Ooh, Jin. Okay, let me start off with Jin. I think this champion is
Mm,
so bad now. Um, for mainly meta reasons.
mm.
He struggles against. I feel like he kind of just struggles against everything, and he doesn't have a build that he's that happy with right now, which is a
Okay.
massive issue. Because people go the Yomus into rapid fire cannon, which I
That's
just
the
like.
that's the passenger build. That's the absolute passenger build. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
supposed to.
you don't.
You take
Yeah,
your
exactly.
winning team and you make them win a little bit faster with that build. That's how you do it.
Yeah, and like tell me if I'm wrong, right? Just tell me if I'm wrong. But if there is like a team that's low key struggling, and then a Fed Jin on that team, that you're not winning that game. You're not carrying that game. You're just you're riding with your teammates, and your teammates
Mm.
bad, and then you're just bad with them because you can't do a lot. Um,
Yeah, he's just worse than a mage, I would say. Just play a mage if you're gonna play Jin. Does the
yeah,
same thing. You're an AD mage. Um,
yep,
I think he's not hellishly bad though. I would probably put him around the MF area. I think he's like the same champ, kind of. Um,
yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
I-
to
yeah.
talk about his weaknesses, it is you look at all the champs up there. Jinx like all inning, Trist all inning, Corki all inning, Kai'Sa all inning, like all these
Mm,
champs can all in Jin and just kill him. Um, so I think when those champs are good, that makes this champ kind of bad. But yeah, you can always be useful, like a little bit useful as Jin, but
yeah.
you're never going to be able to carry the game.
You'll have the odd game if you are paired with like a Zerath or a Vel'Koz or a Karma. You
Oh
can
yeah,
pump the lane and make someone go like 30 CS at 10 minutes. You can dumpster lane on this champion.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, doesn't have like the the X factor, and he's just the king of getting comebacked on. You know, like you'll just win lane, and then you'll just see the enemy AD carry hit 3 items, and then your job is done. You can't carry from that position.
yep,
It's your teammate's job at that point. You know,
yep, agreed.
and
And
every champ, but all these champs up here, if they exit lane ahead, maybe except for Ash, can like take over the game, like really take over the
yeah, and I think like one good thing about him, if because I've been very negative on this guy, is
game. Mm.
that he's good at neutralizing. So he's good at versing Caitlyn and the hard lanes. Like he's good at just getting push and not being too bullied, wave clear under tower.
Yep,
He's good at that.
yeah, it's technically blind pickable as fuck as well.
Yeah, if you don't want
Other
to carry.
members, yeah, if you just want to sit there,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Draven. That's my other ban. Is when someone else bans Ash, I ban Draven. Just because I don't like versing him. I think he's quite weak, but apparently he's in a bit of a stronger spot. Dan Man from Bowling Academy is Draven GM main on NA. He thinks Draven's quite good at the moment. Um, I think I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on this champ? I know you've probably never touched this thing in your life, have you?
I've played some Draven, not
Have you
recently.
have you really? I do not
Yeah,
remember.
I used to play Draven. I used to be a little Giga Chad. But not anymore.
Nope.
I don't know. I don't like the premise of I'm gonna just run at you and win lane,
Mm,
and if I get ganked, I'm gonna die and I'll lose the whole game. Like it's just so frustrating playing this champion and versing
yeah.
it. So I just don't like it. But I don't think it's in a great spot right now. Again, he's kind of doing the bloodthirster first thing, which I think if you go bloodthirster first, you're just going to be a bit weaker than the other 80 carries,
Yeah.
especially at 3 items. So what would you like put him on the tier list? Curious.
Behind Twitch, I would say.
On Twitch? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Well,
Because
yeah, you're
Twitch is like
speaking facts.
yeah, Twitch is like veering on joining these guys in A. Honestly. I'm thinking
Yeah,
like below, like again, below GM, like Twitch could honestly live there. But I think we put him there. He's like the guardian of A tier right now. And everyone
yeah,
below, these champs like need to win lane to win the game.
yeah.
Whereas these champs don't go. Okay, and Zeri. So Zeri kind of belongs. up here, it feels like a lot of these champions are the hyper carries who win comeback games. They do very well on 3 items. They have good extended all in, um, just late game champs. But she probably has the weakest lane out of all of these champs as well. So I don't know. I feel like Zeri can win a lot of games. Like I think she's better at winning games than a lot of the champs down here, but her laning is dog. So I don't know. What do you think of this champ?
I pretty much 100% agree with everything you just said. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I think that I think that she's actually a really good champ. If
Mm.
you're good at Zeri, it's like the opposite of. I mean, not the opposite, but like a better version of these, Callista, Ezreal type champ, where you're really good at her. She becomes way better, but she's also kind of fine if you just pick her up. Like she's all right.
Yep.
Um, and as you said, she fits the archetype of like hyper carries that we are rating very good at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, I think she's probably a bit better than Yunara right now. Probably put her in front of Yunara.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna put her there behind Yunara, but if you think she's better than Yunara, sure, I'll take it. She's very similar to Kai'Sa. I agree. Very similar champion. Um,
Yeah.
just to talk about my solo queue again, I had a game this morning where I was playing Corki and I was versing someone on Yunara. No, I was playing Jinx actually into Zeri. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Corki Yunara. And yeah, the Zeri was like 0-6, and then she hit 3 items and started nuclear bombing people because her and like especially if she's paired with a Lulu, which this Zeri was,
Yeah.
she'll out carry these champs in the late game versus divers. Like it's fucking crazy.
Oh my god,
And
have you seen the Yumi Zeri? I think Yumi Zeri is the most
yeah,
disgusting thing I've seen in my life. It's
I,
actually disgusting.
I don't see much Yumi these days. I haven't seen that champion in ages, but yes, that thing is grotesque for sure. When it is picked,
Yeah.
it's fucked.
I know it is because I first timed Zeri for like the first time in like a year and I got a pentakill. I literally pentakilled him and I was like, wow, like I'm missing. I'm literally missing. I'm just missing everyone. And somehow I'm killing them all. I don't even know what the interaction is. I feel like it's bugged. But yeah, as you said,
Yeah,
she becomes Oppenheimer at 3 items. She's also really good at level 6
yeah,
if you can make it there.
correct. Yes.
But like the difference between like her and Yunara is that Yunara can force the issue, um, like can force a good situation and be strong in lane from that and snowball the
Mm.
lane. Whereas Zeri is more like you have a bit less agency early, um, but I think it's like a lot stronger with items than Yunara.
Yep. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Because she goes full crit every game as well, Zeri, with Yuntal into Runans or whatever she does. I think that's her
Oh
build.
my god! Don't buy a hex plate if you're listening to this. Just please, that is just the most disgusting item on
No,
Zeri.
let's build properly. Let's build damage items, guys, and carry the game with damage.
Yes.
Another tip for Zeri: stop trying to W people through walls. Just W their head. It's so much better. If you run Ghost on Zeri and they're on your side of a lane and you land W, just hit Ghost and run them down. You can seriously do it. Like I see a
Yeah.
lot of people, especially in lower ranks, just like throwing it through their tower, throwing it through the fucking walls and shit. Just it's so much harder to land. Like the raw W is so good. It's very broken ability.
Agreed.
I think we could just keep Samira in the inventory, or we could move her to like maybe the shittest champion in the game. I don't know.
You reckon? Really?
Yeah, I think she's dog shit. I think she's
I think
really
she's
bad.
fine. Like she's
Nah,
nothing.
she can go.
What's wrong with her?
Nah, I mean, she just loses every single matchup. I feel like I get she technically should be good in like a melee support meta. I just don't see many melee supports that often. Like you'll get the
That's true.
occasional Ali Leona, but like very rarely am I seeing Rels in my games. Yeah, I just think that she's probably the most support reliant champion in the game. She's like what people think Kai'Sa is, in the sense that you
Yep.
need Nautilus, Ali, Leona, Rel, all this stuff. Um, and then how often are you actually going to get a good ulti off in a fight? I feel like it only happens if you're just ultra snowballed or if your team is already ahead. I don't know how reliable it is to stomp a game on this champ. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say one thing though. She does scale really well. Weirdly
Oh
enough,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's just hard to pull
I,
off.
so I want to compare her to a champion like Akshan Mid
Mm,
or maybe these champs like Talon, I guess, that
mm,
are really reliant on just winning lane
mm.
and flipping with Ignite. I mean, you don't run Ignite obviously, but you really just want to flip a fucking fight and win it. And a lot of the time you will win it if you're playing with the right matchup. But as you said, most support reliant champ in the game,
Mm.
arguably. So yeah, I also think she's besides yeah. So it's like I want to play Akshan, but my support also has to be playing Akshan. Um, and then on top of that, I then have to win the flip. So there's like a
Yeah.
lot of conditions need to be met, but unlike Akshan, she scales really really well, as you said, and
Yeah.
kind of team comp reliant as well. You know, if you're just like Galio, Brom, Leona, you're not that happy. You're just gonna get
No.
CC'd.
Do you think that if you get a good game for these three champs, Samira is the better of the three? I think she might be.
Mm,
I think she has the better payoff of like this cluster. I don't know. What do you think?
yeah, I think Zaya might be. I think Zaya like I can't imagine putting Zaya this low already because it feels kind of crazy because when the champ's good, she's so good.
Mm.
So
We can move stuff
I already
around.
feel I already feel weird about putting Zaya there.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day as well, right? If we're playing solo queue on Emerald
Mm.
and they have a Victor, I don't really think the Victor's going to be like, I need to keep this Zaya out of the fight. I'm going to put my ult on her head, and that's my job. The Victor's going to be like, oh, like I'm going to blow up this Nami that's roaming and getting
Sure.
caught, right? Like they're just going to try to get the big PogChamp ult, and
Yeah.
that's their job. Where the higher elo it is, I think the worse I gets. Maybe Zaya should be a bit higher.
I can see Zai being around Twitch
Yeah, I can say that as well.
because then we're quite
Yeah,
consistent
makes
with our
sense.
theme of like all the 3 item hyper carries are like up the top, which I think should make sense. Like, because you're right, if Zai turns on a W and starts whacking someone, you're going to do better than the champions below her on the list, and
Yeah,
you're yeah you just need to know how to play her. She's just ultra good. Even if you're versing bad comps, you just need to have a lot of patience. Just let the enemies come into you, and then you can do a lot. You just can't go forwards, really.
yeah. Which is again, that's a lot of League of Legends is running forwards into your
It is.
jungle and joining your jungler inting in their jungle, right? And that's why
That's
Caitlyn
that's
sucks.
that's why Kai'Sa is on paper shit, but in practice very good because
Really
she's just
good.
very good at
Yeah.
doing that. Yeah.
Good point, actually. Yeah.
Um. All right. I'm happy to put Zaya there. I think that makes sense. Is there
Me too.
anything else we need to move around?
Is there
Um.
anything that's jumping out at you right now that you're thinking you're not sure about? Because I see one little monster boy at the top that
I
I'm
was gonna
like,
say
I don't know if I'm that confident putting that guy there.
what Cogmore?
Yeah, Kog'Maw. Like, what
Yeah,
is he doing
Cogmore's your
there?
little wild card. I'll let you put Cogmore whatever you want. I don't know.
I don't even play him. I just versed him a few times.
You've burst him a few times. I mean, I think we could probably comfortably put Cogmore literally down here next to Twitch, and I'd be happy with that. To be honest with you, I think that
Down to put him in inventory, Loki, and just like,
yeah, it's just a weird champ. Like, just don't
yeah,
even
he's
put
such
him. He's like, if
a
we're saying
weird
he's a
guy.
mage, he doesn't even need to be on the list, you know.
That's true.
But yeah, I feel like we can't ignore that he is the highest win rate AD carry in the game, and is. I don't know if people script on him or some shit, but like,
Is he the highest winner?
yeah,
Really?
he's usually the highest win rate on like
Oh
every
my.
patch.
Yeah, but that's every
Genuinely,
patch. So it's like, how much can we really take from that?
yeah. There's a lot of
Hmm.
OTPs who just right click people with him.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, yeah, I guess we can just keep him
I
around.
would put him behind Twitch though. Behind Twitch, I'll put him there
Sure. Sure.
practically.
Down for that.
But I think everything else makes sense. I was considering putting Smolder into S tier, but that might be a bit much. I don't know. That's just like maybe some cope. But this champion
Honestly,
does
I
throw
feel a
the.
bit weird having Corky and S.
I could easily
Loki.
swap them. Honestly, that might make more
Mm,
sense. I don't know.
yeah.
Go back and forth a
It's
lot.
like
I think these four champions are kind of up in the air in my opinion. I think a lot of them could go different places.
yeah, I honestly I think if we could, I would have SA, B, C, D, and then have Corky Smolder on A tier alone, and
Yeah,
then move everyone down one. That's how I feel because I feel
yeah.
like they're so good, just like blind picks and um, just good in like every game almost.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, we can pretend that's happening in your mind because we're not doing that.
Well,
We'll just leave it as it is. But I agree. Let's move Corky down from S. I think that these two champions are very very good. I think you could also make an argument, honestly, for Tristana to join these two in A as well, and that could be an A tier of its own, and then Jinx could be fucking the only S tier champion because I think she is by far. I think she's better than Trist. I think she's just better than everyone. So
yes, sure. We have a. Well then we should have kept our
yeah,
god tier.
let's do that then. Let's do it on the
Yeah.
fly. Let's go. This is God, and then we'll call this
Jinx the
A
god.
plus or
Jinx
something.
from Arcane.
Actually, that makes sense. Then we can do maybe that. I don't know. That makes a bit more sense to me.
I like this. I honestly,
That makes
I'm
sense
in
to
love
me.
with this. I'm in love with this right now. I think this is
Okay,
great. I'm very happy.
let's do this. Let's make it blue or something. Very pretty. All right, I think that can wrap it up. We've been yapping about League of Legends champions for about an hour. This is good.
Yep.
We were saying before we started this, we didn't include mages, but mages are broken as fuck. Just want to hide that comment at the end of this video so people, most people won't hear that. But yeah, mages are broken as fuck. Probably
Yep.
all of them are like S tier as hell. Very very strong
Agreed.
champions. Pick mages if you are auto filled. They're very good. But yeah, any final thoughts, Mark?
Nah, that was fun. If
Cool.
you guys want to disagree, feel free to comment and flame Charlie or me, and
Mhm.
happy to read it. Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Cheers for watching, everyone.